What's good, everyone? It's me, Relux here, and welcome to a new year in hardcore Minecraft. To start everything off, I'm going to prepare for a concrete farm, because my entire base, which I'm making throughout the entirety of this video, is made mostly out of concrete. By the way, I've never had a name for this horse, so if you want to name it, just comment it down, and it's not a lot of people watching this video, so the horse will probably be named whatever you want to call it. This farm uses some duping mechanics in the end, so now it's time to actually start the farm. I gotta break 5 pieces of bedrock, and I don't know why, it just didn't work the first few times here. I was so bad I had to go back and get more TNT from base. Right here, I accidentally blew up my shulker box, so I'm gonna have to get a new one now. I'm be honest, the urge to turn on creative for this part was actually insane. But after a few times, I realized you gotta have the right distance to actually break the block, and after that, I got all of them done pretty quickly. Day 369, nice. I finished the duper, and it seems to be duping the concrete pretty well. And the next day, I got the whole farm done. Not send it AFK. In the last video, I really tried to get silk touch on my shovel, but I guess I don't need it because I'm stupid and everything now. Like any good Asian. I was practicing piano as I AFK'd, and after just 2 days of AFKing, my chest completely overflowed. And I'm going to build a bridge to my base from the collection area. I'll be saving rockets whenever I use it, and it's pretty close, so it shouldn't be that hard to make. And I'm going to build a bridge out of ice. While collecting more ice though, I actually saw the village I was pretty close to base. Testing it out, this actually might be faster than on Elytra. And the next day, the bridge is officially complete. Now it's time to mark where all the beacons are going to be. I'm going to put 4 beacons down, and it should give my base full beacon coverage. I'm in a copy of my world, and I'm just making sure all my beacon placements are correct, and I'm trying to figure out where the base is going to actually be at. And like a disappointment to my bloodline, I couldn't count, and I had to redo completely everything. But with everything fixed, I can actually start in the base now. But at the village, I just heard some zombie noises, and apparently there's just this unlit cave right under the village. Back to working on the base, and this is going to be based off of my mega base that was made my very first SMP. I'm going to keep it pretty close to what it was like on the last episode at least, so there's going to be a lot of counting and just checking back and forth to make sure everything's right. The base uses some quartz slabs, so I'm just getting that. And also uses some dark prismarine, and I definitely don't have enough dye for that right now. If I'm being honest, building this bottom part really gives me some nostalgia back. I remember on my very second episode, just building this bottom area. It's not an exact replica because I did change some things just off camera and in between episodes. So it was pretty hard to try and figure out what it actually looked at the very end of my series, but I think I got it down. And by the end of the day, I got the base down, and I actually got to sleep in the base for the very first time. I don't know why, but for these few days, the audio is completely messed up. But I got the first section done by the end of the day at least. Shaking a bit, but this time I'll be getting some sand for some glass. Now it's time to work on the second section of the base. Now I'm going to be using replay mod for the next few builds here. Really just for the base, because that's what I did on my SMP, and I kind of just want to continue that. And I think it looks pretty good anyways. So in this area, I'm just trying to get the support areas here, just to make it actually look proper. And it's kind of difficult because you kind of need to make it match up, but yeah, it's kind of tough. The whole thing is a pretty symmetrical build, so it's a lot going back and forth, just making sure everything looks right. But here I got all the glass done. I don't have enough dark prismarine just to make the floors yet, but yeah, I got a good chunk of it done. But I just didn't have enough glass to finish the whole thing. Getting some snow the next day, and I found an outpost, so there's finally a renewable way to start raids now. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm making a wither rose farm. But first I'm just going to AFK a bit for some more concrete. That's an use farm, and it's really easy to set up and make, and the link is in the description as always. I need a lot of black dye, so I'm going to be doing this for multiple days, and that is a lot of wither roses. The saddest thing is that that's probably not even enough for the whole base yet. To finish the second layer of the base, I need some more glass, so I'm going to AFK for that. I'm just doing some Clash Royale Clan Wars right now. Next day I'm just AFKing at my garden farm, still playing Clash Royale. I already finished my Clan Wars. Also, there's like a lot of fandoms around me right now. Now I'm work on the base again. I can actually get the flooring done here, which is pretty nice. And we can finish the walls here. The second layer is going to be done here. There's just some more things to add. I think the upper part is a lot easier than the bottom. It's a mirror of the bottom, but you don't need to dig under or do anything like that. And now it's time to finish the upper part of this second layer here. There's not too much to do. Not a lot of thinking. It's just a very nice thing to do here. Now in this area, I try to make it go in and out. You know, it's not the same as it was in my series, but I think it's fine. Here, I'm just bridging out to add some support for the next floor. The lighting here is kind of complicated. I did change it because in my original design, it just wasn't enough lighting, and then I had to add torches separately, but I want the lanterns to be able to light up the base all by itself. And here that's the hardest part, actually designing this, designing the support. It's really hard to see because my older videos are just so low quality. It says 1080p, but it's really blurry still. But I think I got the design down right here. And in this area here, I did miscount on the right side here. I miscounted bridging out, not the actual diagonal part. But I fixed it right here. It should be all good. And not trying to go around. I got the hang of it now, so this shouldn't be too hard. Just quickly just adding the different parts, adding the support beams, and just like that, the ring is actually done. Now I'm going to add some more lighting here. I couldn't decide how I wanted it, but I think that was what I was going for. But I ran out of lanterns, so it's time to AFK my garden farm again. Back to building here. I did have a time lapse, but let me just show you what happened. Alright, so I'm gonna go here. I actually cut the files here. Let's just open up one of these. Okay, we're in the file. And let's see if we can edit this. Let's just, oh wait, my mouse is not there, my cursor's not there. Let's just oh, that's great. That's fantastic. This happened like 5 times, by the way. But this is the progress so far. I need more dark prismarine, but I don't want to AFK anymore. I'm just gonna build an island here. I don't really know what I'm gonna use it for. It's not the biggest island, not the best island, but I gotta keep myself busy. It's gonna be really boring if I just AFK all the time here. Not the biggest island, but I could probably build something on it. Next thing, I'm still needing some more dark prismarine, so I'm just gonna expand the platform with glass, and that's about it. Day 401, I'm going to bust. And busting, of course. I went to a lot of cities, but these two are just really close, and I find it pretty interesting. Back next day, and I'll be displaying my dragon heads now. I was gonna finish the flooring for the 3rd layer, but I don't have enough blocks right now, so I'm gonna AFK for some resources here. But even after AFKing, I still don't have enough blocks to finish the floor. But after a little bit more AFKing, I was finally able to get the resources to finish the floor. I can finally continue building, and I'm not gonna speak over this one. I'm gonna play the music that I used to always play over my time lapses. With the 3rd layer finished, I need a lot more flooring, so I'm gonna be just chilling, getting some more wither roses. It took a long time, and I definitely don't have enough roses right now. But I don't feel like continuing that, so I'm gonna get some concrete, just so I have enough blocks to at least build a base of my next floor. If you've been paying attention, I've been using a lot of light blue stained glass for the base. I was using blue dye from the lapis and white dye from the bone meal, and I definitely don't have enough blue dye right now. So I'm gonna be running around trying to get some more blue dye, but it's definitely a really slow process right now. Because I buy quartz for my base from masons, I need some more emeralds, so I'm gonna get some fishermen first. I also need some more glass for the base, so I'm gonna let some sand melt. But right now, I don't have any villagers to make fishermen, so I'm gonna breed some villagers first. And I just kind of AFK'd a little bit here, letting the glass cook and letting the villagers grow. Day 420, I obviously gotta be smoking something, so it's gonna be my meat.
What?
I'm gonna rename this because it's a really important piece of this history, and I'm gonna be hanging out my meat for everyone to see. So none of the villagers became fishermen, so I'm gonna pull the barrels out, and that seemed to do the trick. And I'm also gonna move this villager around, and hopefully I don't... it's fine. It shouldn't happen again. I'm just too powerful. I feel like I've been AFKing at the garden farm for way too long, so I'm gonna still be there, but I'm gonna try and do stuff out there just to keep the video more interesting. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make a sugarcane farm. Finish the farm the next day. Next up, I'm making an auto pumpkin and melon farm. I know it's a small farm, but I don't need it to be huge, and I can always expand it later on. At least it's more efficient to be up here now, because now I have 4 farms running instead of just 2. I need some coal, so I'm gonna be using my wither skeleton farm for that. That's pretty interesting. I got a farm for one of the most powerful resources in the game, and I'm using it for coal. I might just drop my sword right there, but it's fine. I got it back just in a few seconds. I was getting way too much rock hard for my guardian farm, so I decided to actually use it for something, and now I'm just gonna get rich. Hopefully I was getting enough resources from that, and now it's time to go back to building. I'm out of resources again, and the first thing I'm going to do is move my auto smelter. I actually got quite a bit of experience just from breaking the furnaces. I also need to have fuel for my auto smelter, so I'm moving my lava farm up to my base too. I was having some trouble getting the rails of my auto smelter to actually go the right way, but I eventually got it. Running around and trying to get flowers is not going to give me enough blue dye, so I'm going to make an actual flower farm. It's a really simple design. Links in the description. I'm getting a lot of flowers and seeds that I just don't need. So I'm going to make this bone moon machine, and this will actually put them into good use. Doing some quick math, this should be enough blue dye. The glass situation mostly settled. It's time for me to get more dark prismarine, because I'm going to need a lot more of it. In my time lapse, I used a whole shulker box of dark prismarine blocks, and you can easily tell that that's not even close to enough. But I definitely need more concrete and glass, so I'm gonna AFK for that first. More AFKing. I spend way too much time AFKing, so I'm gonna try and get through all this really fast. Picked up the concrete the next day. Now time to AFK the guardian farm. I'm gonna make the clock slightly faster. Hopefully that actually helps the guardian farm work faster and give me more items, but I don't really know. Then I AFK'd for this day, this day, this day, this day, this day. Still AFK this day, but I actually organized the chest a little bit, so something a little different. Back in the main village the next day, I don't know what happened with the villagers' jobs. They're all mixed up, just like the other village. I don't know how to fix this. I need a lot more black knife and one more dark prismarine block, so I'm gonna be farming that here. I put an auto clicker on, and I think I made it slightly faster. Just a little bit more AFKing the next 2 days. Flying around day 467. I'm just trying to get some iron, because all my shears kind of broke in the farm. And now it's time for some more farming. Got enough with the roses, so it's time to get dark prismarine. But I'm not gonna AFK this time. I'm gonna actually try to build something keep myself busy. Now for some reason there's just some items on top of the farm here, so I'll just pick it up. I had no plan for this build, so I'm really just freestyling it and hoping it looks good. Finished the build the next day, and I mean it's not the greatest build ever, but it kept me busy and I think it looks okay. I thought the build would keep me a lot busier than it actually did, so I got AFK for a little bit now. I know this is a lot of AFK. Next 100 days definitely won't have this much AFK. I actually wanted to build a base near the guardian farm so it would work while I was building, but I think it just makes more sense to build it near spawn. Even if I don't have enough resources right now, it's time for me to start building. I definitely don't have a lot of time left, and I need to finish this before the video ends. With the base finally done, it's time to move the dogs over to the main base. I'm going to change these pillars a little bit. I added them for lighting, but it looks kind of weird right now, so I'm going to add a little bit to the top, and hopefully that fixes it a little bit. When I first started the base, I really thought I had a lot more time to just do random stuff in the base, but I'm honestly just glad I actually finished the base in time, and I'm sleeping in my ass in my other village. I really don't have a lot of time left, so I'm going to be putting in some glass for the beacons, and I'm still trying to get this target achievement. I swear it's impossible without cheesing it. I'll figure it out one day. And as day 500 ends, I really want to thank everyone here for watching. I know it's a little different from my other 100-day videos. I'm not going to spend this much time-lapsing in my other videos. I'm going to probably have a little bit with building. I'm going to have a park area on the top of the base. That was my initial plan when I made it back in my old SMP. I never really got to it though. I also thought I'd set up the beacons for my base, but I definitely didn't have enough time for that, so I'll definitely do that in the next video. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and see y'all in the next one.